Welcome to Ecstatic Yoga. I am Grace. So happy you are here today for this hip opener flow. And it's going to be a shorter flow, about 20 minutes, we're hoping. And we're going to be focusing on grounding and centering. And that's because that's what I need right now. Let me see. I think the lighting is good. Yeah. So let's get on the mat. Let's see. I'll become a little bit closer. All right. So sitting on your mat and taking a moment to really feel that earth underneath you, to feel that connection to the earth as we ground and connect to this mother. We are part of the earth. We are one of the species of the earth, just like we have species on our eyelashes and our skin and in our intestines that are not human, but they're part of us, and we are a part of the earth, and every cell in our body was once in the earth. So just focusing on that connection and dropping that breath down to the lower belly. And as we inhale, just like if you poured water into a glass, just imagine the breath, the oxygen moving down, dropping right on the bottom of the pelvic floor, just like the water would drop on the bottom of the glass. And fill it up from the belly, and then it can come up into the ribs, and then the chest. Do a few 3-part yogic breaths, just pausing at that top as you engage those bodies, especially that Mula Bandha, holding the breath, and then letting it go. A few more 3-part yogic breaths as we really focus on grounding and centering. You can pause that breath at the top and the bottom. And that pauses, really focusing on that support that is always present. You're always grounded on the planet, secure. We're not going to fly off. Gravity ensures that. And taking this time to check in and just scan the inner being, this inner aliveness. Just noticing where you're at energetically inside, emotionally, vibrationally. And then take a moment to set an intention for the practice, for this day, week, this season, or maybe a lifetime intention. Feeling some of those emotions of that intention fulfilled. And then releasing that intention to your highest aspect of yourself, the universe, divine, God of your understanding, Just releasing it with a this or better, this or better, this or better. Beautiful. And let's begin to make some circles and some movements around this pelvic area, just warming up and taking our time, noticing, bringing the awareness to this pelvic floor. Almost imagine there's a nice big heavy rock right here in this pelvic girdle. It's grounding us, centering us, rooting us in our body in this time. Go in the other direction. We're just moving spontaneously. Anytime you feel a sensation, you want to massage or stay on that area a little longer, feel free to do that. Keeping that breath flowing into the belly. Beautiful. Let's just do a little gentle twist to one side, just a gentle twist. And release. Twist over to the other side. Just waking the body up. We're going to bring those feet together as we start to open up these hips. We're in our butterfly Baddha Konasana, and I invite you to start to flap those butterfly wings, moving those legs up and down. Find your speed. Engaging the bandha and breathing into the belly. And slowing down. Hips are warmed up a little bit and bringing those legs and those knees as close down towards the earth as possible. That line of energy with the legs pressing down towards the earth. They may not get on the earth. And at the same time, the spine is lengthening and moving up towards the sky. So we have two lines of energy simultaneously in this pose. Engaging that bandha. Nice deep breath in. And on the exhale, hinging forward at the hips. Feeling that nice hip opener and feeling that spot where you have that edge. Where it feels, okay, that's about where as far as I can hinge forward. And let's take a nice deep breath into that sensation in the hips. And on the exhale, see if you can hinge just a micro movement deeper. And then round the spine and come down to the forearms. You can round the head and relax for a few breaths in this nice deep hip opener. Feeling the earth, the grounding. With every breath, allowing the mind to become a little more still. There's a lot of things to do, but we can just stay centered and visit them when we're done our practice. And one more breath here. Beautiful. On your next inhale, coming all the way up. Beautiful job. Do a nice little wide leg forward fold. Inhaling, lengthening, and exhaling, hinging forward. And feeling that sensation and finding your edge. And then allowing the spine to round. And again, taking a few breaths. You can flex the feet or extend them or play with them, flex and extend for different sensations. Engaging that Mula Bandha especially, connecting to that grounding from the earth. Nice deep flowing breaths. And coming up on the inhale. Beautiful job. And right here, we're going to move into a Virasana hero pose. So if you want to use your block, you just sit on that block. And bring those legs over to the side. And if you don't need a block, you can take that block out and just sit on the legs. And you can also scoot those legs, get that buttock so it's right down on the earth if that's comfortable for your knees. And let's engage that Mula Bandha and breathe. And one more nice deep breath. Every breath, we're getting a little more centered, a little more still, grounded in our own body, feeling that connection to the earth. And coming up. And we're going to move into a little fire log pose. So remember, we can bring those legs out and take. I've got my right leg here. Wish I could find out how to swap this. And lining it up to the long edge of the mat here. We're going to have the feet flexed, so I'm going to start flexing them already. Then I'm going to take this left ankle, bring it right on the knee. So now my ankles and knees are aligned. Have a little space here. I'm actually a little more flexible on this side. You can put a little blanket there if you want, or a block, or you can just leave it. I like to leave it because I like to try to get a little more flexible and let that leg and that hip open up. And we're going to inhale as we lengthen and exhale, hinging forward. And engage those bandhas and breathe. And one more breath. Beautiful hip opener. And coming up on the inhale. We'll open those legs up and we're going to go to the other side. So my left lower leg is aligned. And bring that right ankle on top of the left knee. And as you can see, there's a little more space here. I'm a little less flexible on this side. Flexing those feet. Inhaling, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, hinging forward. And find your gentle end. Never forcing. Always backing off if there's pain. Always honoring your body. Always take a break if you need to. Engaging that Mula Bandha, and let's breathe. And one more breath. Beautiful. And inhale, coming up. Let's release those legs. And we're going to move into a squat malasana. If we can come up, like it can come up on the balls of your feet, and then nice and slowly see if you can come back onto those heels as well. So you're on the whole foot. You can bring the hands in between the knees and use those upper arms to press the legs a little wider to feel some more sensation, more benefit from the pose. Engaging our bandhas, especially that Mula Bandha, because we are grounding. And let's breathe. And one more nice, long, deep breath here. And our awareness into the pelvis, the grounding, the feet. Beautiful job. And we're going to come into a table so we can prepare for a nice lunge pose. Move that block a little bit. Let's just move into some lunge rocks. And as we lunge forward, we really feel the hip opening here. This hip area. And as we come back, feel a nice stretch on the back of this extended leg. And you can flex and extend that foot. Just moving back and forth a couple times, finding your own pace and enjoying the sensation, moving in your body, keeping the breath flowing. And then coming back to center. What we can do is take that knee back a little bit. One more opening in the hip. And bring both arms. I have my right foot, so I'm bringing both arms to the left of my foot. They're in the center here. And sinking down in your blaster pose. And if you'd like to come down to your forearms, you can. It's different sensations, different opening. I feel a lot of hip opening when I'm a little higher. I'm feeling today this is where I want to be. And engage those bandhas and breathe. Noticing the sensations. Fully present, grounded and centered in your body. Right here now. Nothing else exists but you and your mat, this body and this pose. And one more breath. Beautiful job. So we're going to take those hands back out. So there's one on either side of that front foot. And we're going to move into our pigeon. So bending that knee, bringing that out in front of you. You can bring the hands out in front, balancing up. So we don't want to be flopping back. We're balancing up so we really feel that hip opening. And this is where you can also come down or even all the way down into your pigeon. And engage those bandhas and breathe. And on your next inhale coming up, we're going to move back up into our table and bring that opposite leg up. Move into some lunge rocks on this side. As you lunge forward, just really feeling that hip opener. Can make some little movements. As you lunge back, feeling a nice stretch on the back legs. You can flex and extend that foot. Just find your own rhythm, enjoying being in your body. Fully present. Grounded in, centered in the here and now. And we're coming back to center. We're going to move into our blaster. So let's take that knee back, opening the hip up a little more. Bring those hands to the inside of the leg and sinking down, the hips down. Engaging those bandhas and breathe. And remember, option is to come down to the forearms if you like, or just stay here in your arms extended. One more breath. Bringing those hands back out either side of the foot. We're moving into pigeon, bending that knee, bringing that foot forward, balancing up into your pigeon and finding whether you want to be up here. You're going to feel some different sensations here, different sensations here, and coming all the way down. And breathe. And one more breath here. And then your next inhale, we go all the way up, back into your table, and we're going to come to the front of the mat, cross those legs, and let's come down onto our back and hugging those knees into the chest and rocking back and forth. And then releasing the knees, both knees are up. We're going to go into a supine pigeon. So my left knee is up. I'm going to rest that right ankle just above the left knee, and then bring that left leg in towards the body, clasping my hands behind my thighs and gently pulling it in towards the body, feeling that nice hip opener, engaging those bandhas, and breathe. Bring in the prana, the life force. One more breath. And releasing that left leg. And we're going to switch legs. The right knee's up, resting the left ankle just above the right knee and bringing that right leg in towards the body. Pulling it in, feeling that nice hip opening. And breathe. And then one more breath. Releasing the legs. We're going to move into our Supta Baddha Konasana, bringing the feet together and rock back and forth. And then coming to center and pulling those feet in a little closer into the body. And breathe. One more breath. And releasing those feet and just rolling around in happy baby, doing what feels good and comfortable in your body. It's our last pose. Anything you might need to do before Savasana. Just to feel complete. And when you're ready, getting in your Savasana position. Feeling that body totally relax, become heavier, sinking deep into the earth, becoming one with Mother Earth. As we relax in silence and integrate the entire practice, mind, body, and spirit. Taking a nice deep breath into the belly, coming back, wiggling those fingers and toes, stretching out the arms and the legs. Maybe even a yawn, rolling over to one side or the other. Taking a breath here. And coming up to a seated position. Take a moment now to scan inside. Scan the physical body, the energy, inner energies. Just noticing where you're at after this practice. And bring yourself back to that intention that you set at the beginning of practice. And releasing that with a this or better, this or better. We'll conclude with namaste. I honor the place in you in which the entire universe dwells. I honor the place in you which is of love, light, truth, and peace. When I am in that place in me, and you are in that place in you, we are one. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this hip opener. Check out ecstaticyoga.studio for more information on our yoga teacher trainings and retreats. Wishing you a most beautiful and most blessed day.